Welcome back, Seekers, to the Lucky Die in Kino. Previously, Arawn fixes a problem that irritates him. Ivoris's magic has random new side effects, and Greff gets thrown out of the temple. With blood being washed from the streets, the task force begin their search in Symphona and get the information they were looking for, and a fight most of them were not. What is the Assembly planning for the scroll? Why does the cleric think it needs to be kept safe from everyone? And what horrors lie between them and the relic that they seek? I guess we're about to find out. Welcome back to the Lucky Die in Kino. The last we left, you guys had just come down from beating the snot out of a bunch of people and getting the information as the whereabouts of the Library of Olcath, where presumably this scroll will be. You guys decided to take it easy tonight and actually get some rest rather than rushing out into the darkness of the desert and get some actual rest, because I think some of you burnt a key amount of resources in that last fight.
One might say
apart from Greff, who has no resources.
It's like if you want to look at it as like running on empty is a bad thing, I guess.
I mean, HP is a resource, and Greff was playing ping pong with it.
The only HP that matters is the last one, and I still had that one.
You did.
That's true. You guys still had the 1 hit points at least. Couldn't have planned it better. I didn't. It was just how it happened. Okay, so you guys are currently resting at this inn built within the Tower of Symphona. Any of you, I'm going to ask a dumb question. I expect the answer is probably going to be no. Is anyone actually doing a watch, or are you guys still going to chill and take rooms?
Nah. We're in an inn. Fuck that.
I have no reason to suspect there should be a problem, so no.
We killed everybody that should be a problem, so... I mean, we left the priest alive, but I'm assuming she's on the level. I'm assuming she saw the damage we caused and went like, yeah, here's the library. Go away from me.
Okay, all right.
Are we all in separate rooms?
You can have a big room together if you want to, or you can have separate rooms. It's entirely up to you. But if you are charging it, you can't basically charge it to the government. You have to take it out of your final pay. So basically, you have to cough up the money for it. You just get your flat pay at the end of this one. So it's up to you. You guys can all be sharing, or you guys can have your own rooms. It really doesn't matter. Except cost.
Greff doesn't mind.
What do you guys think we would have?
Well, Greff is not opposed to sleeping in a room with other men, but I'm assuming one of us has a bit of a chip on his shoulder about spending time with some filthy people.
Well, one of them also just got stabbed in the eye by someone he trusted, so he might have trust issues for a minute and not want to sleep near you guys. So that's a good point. I'll sleep in my own room, and then you guys can do whatever the fuck you want to do. Because come to think, fuck you guys anyways. I don't trust you guys.
Arawn and Greff are going to save money. We're just going to fucking get a room and just not care.
And drink for the money we saved. Yeah, love this.
Well, all right. Well, Greff can do that part.
Greff drinks through his the money he would have saved on a single room by going doubles up. He spends that money on an equal amount of alcohol.
Always.
You guys
fall asleep. At whatever time you decide to crawl into your bed after a long day's travel and a very intense, almost life-ending fight upstairs on the bargain, you mostly have a restful night. Ivoris, you see some disturbing visions, things rotting, decaying. You see the world in ashes. But that's not unusual for your dreams recently. Nothing too out of the ordinary.
Cool.
Yeah. In the hours before dawn, you're all awoken to a very loud roar. So loud that it rumbles the stone that this city, this town has been built into. Dust begins to fall from the ceilings of places that are thin, and you begin to hear some rock falls within the pillar itself where it's not been, doesn't have the best structural integrity. This is what wakes you all up.
Well, Greff is up on his feet really fucking quickly.
Yeah, Ron's at the window with his gun out.
Shoot it.
I assume there's a window.
Yes, go on. We'll say that you just happen to have an exterior-facing room.
All right. Ron's at the window with his gun out, looking around in the sky.
Ivoris,
take a perception check for me.
busts into the room behind you.
That's okay. Anyone looking outside can do a perception check. I think Greff would be at disadvantage because you can't see in the dark.
God damn. All right.
Oh, shit. Okay. Arawn got a 23 perception.
Damn, son.
Roll 20. Where were you before with that shit?
12.
Ivoris, are you going to take a check or?
16.
Oh boy. For those of you who got an 18 or above, sorry, you see up very, very high, probably about the same level, about the same height that the bargain is, the place where all the temples are. You see this very, very large creature. It has a massive, massive wingspan, far bigger than anything you've ever seen. You can see that it is covered in scales. You can see that its tail is long and slightly forked. You can see that its head is huge. Its jaws are massive. You see its great big yellow eyes staring around, focusing on the flat area where the temples are, the bargain. You see it open its jaws, its large, large jaws, its huge fangs, and you see it roar fire as it breathes across the bargain above. You can all hear the screams of the people in the tower far high up above you.
Arawn's going to close the window and pull back into the room and look at the others and just say,
What was that? Is there a bear outside?
No, I
bear attack?
I think it's a dragon?
A toboggan?
No, dragon is the accent. Dragon.
Do we know what a dragon is?
From children's books.
No, I'm asking have dragons fallen into myth at this point in your world?
I think for you, they might be myth, but people who have a small amount of education will probably know that they did exist at one point.
What? Dragon? No, that's not a thing. So stop trying to scare me. And Greff opens the window again. He's going to try to figure out what that burst of light was that he just saw.
As it breathes fire a second time and you hear more screaming, more people running, you too can see this huge scaled winged creature as black as the night itself. You see it flutter forward and disappear from your view as it lands on the bargain. The entire stone structure, this pillar of the earth, shakes as it lands. It's now gone from your sight.
We should get Ivoris.
I'm
right there.
What? How do you get in?
I immediately ran in here.
Did we not lock the door? Are we dumb? We just fought assassins.
Well, I said I busted through, so I don't. Regardless of how it happened, we'll just say that.
I'm gonna give it to him.
Okay.
A dragon's just landed on top of this structure. He can probably bust through a door.
Okay.
This particular door does not require strength check.
It's like a piece of plank wood.
Yeah.
I suggested the door to open itself.
Yeah.
It can't be a dragon. Those things are... Why would it be here?
I can only wager, I guess.
Yeah, we should go.
Into the desert or to fight the dragon? Because I'm game for both.
No, now. We're leaving.
Desert. Gotcha.
Run. We're going. We're leaving. Hey, V.
Yes.
We're leaving.
Are you sure? Okay. You guys grab your belongings. Like most people here in Symphonia, you're getting your shit and getting out. The poor turtle boy is run off his feet trying to get everyone's tack to them, all of their saddles and all their things. This poor little kid is terrified, but, you know, he's doing his job.
Was it he?
And he runs around, he gets... Yeah, turtle.
Oh, adorable little turtle baby trying to hurry up.
Uthbert was his name? Uthbert? Uthbert?
I did not write down his name.
For another name I can't fucking pronounce. Ulthbert.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, Ulthbert.
I'm going to say while we're riding out and getting the fuck out of here, Arawn's probably got like a little sketch pad out and he's just like occasionally looking back and like jotting down notes. He's curious.
As you guys, yeah, that's fair. As you guys take your leave, are you heading in the direction that you... Where are you heading? I'm just going to...
How do we tell what direction things are right now? Do we know where the desert is from here? Can we just go there?
You're right at the edge of the desert.
We have a map.
Okay, yeah. We just, yeah.
Also, the woman gave you instructions.
Yeah. We'll go on track. We have a thing we have to do, I think.
Okay. But as you guys head south away from Symphonia, as you look back occasionally, especially Rawn, who's taking careful note of what's going on and taking, I assume, sketches, notes, ideas.
As one does.
You look, as one does. With the various spies that have now been lit up there, that's kind of a couple of the structures that were built in the center there are now fully on fire, illuminating the scene for everyone to see for miles around. You see the dragon reach out and grab something, and fly off in a northeasterly direction with this person or thing in their claws.
Okay. Sucks for them.
All right, I'm gonna make a point. I'm not saying I believe this, but if the assembly hired a dragon to kidnap the lady to figure out where the place is, I think we should get a race.
You know what, Greff? That's the first thing you said in a while I agree with.
Okay.
Greff, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
No. He's got the point. More money sounds good.
You don't hire a dragon, Greff. It's not a thing you can do.
Well, have you talked to a dragon? Do you know?
No. There's history.
Well, then you don't. I mean, listen. It could have been. You don't know. It might have been. Not that I'm agreeing with Greff here, but could have. Let's just say it's in the realm of plausibility.
I mean, dragons are magic.
To put it in scientific.
I mean, dragons are magic, and the scroll thing we're going for is magic, and that priest was magic. Coincidence?
Whoever suggested there needs to be a book of Greffisms, you are not wrong.
First looks like he has a headache.
Greff, at some point, you need to come down to my workshop, and I need to teach you the basics of mathematics and a few other things, I think.
I know how to count.
Not... Okay.
More than two.
Let's keep going.
One sword, two swords.
I don't need more than two. I only have two swords.
1, 2, lots of money. All right. You guys make your way south. The sun rises. It begins to get hotter. And then you guys change your direction according to the directions that the cleric lady gave you. You travel for probably a good portion of the day because you didn't actually start at daylight. You started before daylight. The time you think it would be the correct distance traveled, I need all of you to make a perception check. It's probably just the other side of dinner.
So I don't get a negative.
No,
Hooray!
it's daylight.
I got a 6.
Hooray! I got a 22.
God damn it.
Natural 1.
Ivoris falls off the horse.
I mean, I lost an eye, so if I
yes.
catch like a piece of dust in my good eye, then I'm done completely.
All right. There's a minor sandstorm coming up. It's getting windy. The two of you have taken some sand straight in the eye, but Greff, for whatever reason, is not affected by the sand. It almost seems to, I don't know, like pass through him or something. Like it's just a thing. He looks out, and in the distance, a little off course to the way that you've been traveling, you notice that there is a tall sandstone structure. It is probably just maybe 2 or 3 like totems, I guess, pillars. Pillars is the word I'm looking for. They seem to have intricate carvings on them, but you can't really see them specifically from where you are. You can just tell that they are tall and that they are carved.
Ooh. Terminology. Is it an obelisk?
Yes.
Badass. It sounds like you're trying to go for like an Egyptian style theme, so it sounds like it'd be like that obelisk type style.
Yes. I just wanted to double check that what I was thinking and definitely is called an obelisk.
What's it?
Also known as column, pillar, needle, shaft, monolith, monument, or memorial.
I was thinking of the word
we'll say it's an
monolith.
obelisk.
Yeah. Greff's gonna
Yeah.
like point in the direction of the 3 obelisks and like, over there. I think the library thing is over there. And he's gonna turn around and see both of you like kind of covering and like trying to see something. It's like, just follow me. Just follow me. It's fine.
Okay. All right. I can. All right.
It's very simple, Arawn. Just put on your safety squints, and then you'll be fine.
You can see Arawn's like squinting. His wings are up over him like a fucking umbrella.
Yep.
For whatever reason, as the sun is beginning to set and it begins to get dark and the temperature drops very, very quickly here, you are following Greff, who has a torch, into the darkness, into a place that apparently only he can see.
Magic.
But as you guys get suitably closer, you see that there is indeed a couple of these obelisks around this kind of structure. You can see that the roof it's only a very small building. You can see that the roof has partially collapsed in. The wall is slightly broken and decayed. You can see that the door, however, is large. It's made of a dark, dark wood. And there is a kind of like silverish metal handle.
How big is the door?
Pretty big. Let's say like 12 feet.
So
tall.
Pretty big fucking door.
It's like two people.
Oh, yeah.
2-person tall.
Yes, it's 2 people tall. It's a big double door. So, there's the hinges either side. And there is a handle made of a silverish kind of metal.
Are we sure this is the place?
How long did this woman say that it would take to travel here?
Yeah, this seems like the place, right? I don't know what else this would be outside of the place. But yes.
An oasis, like an illusion.
I think your info dump about the location was literally just a quest marker has been added to your map.
No, I said it was half a day south and half a day southeast from that.
Oh, damn. Impressive.
It's a desert, Greff. Not a lot else going on around here.
At the really big sand dune, turn right. Yeah, you find yourself with a building that's partially broken, collapsed, and fallen down, and a large, really well preserved, intact double door that's about 12 feet high.
Greff's gonna look for any place where they can stash the horses outside without them just being pelted by sandstorms, like anything, any like little alcoves or whatever.
The only kind of like place that's really sheltered is the ruined building itself, where some of this roof has collapsed in and some of the walls have begun to like crumble. You could probably put them inside one of like around that maybe.
Yeah.
That's about all you could really do, or you could just take them inside. I mean,
Can I look at the symbols and stuff on the building, the structure?
there are only symbols around the edge of this doorway. They are carved deep in this kind of like sandstone. Does anybody here speak Celestial?
No.
You know, funny enough, no.
All right, then. I should really do what I did before, which is take all of the languages that you guys know. Greff, I have you covered. You speak something and giant.
Yeah. Do you want me to send it to you? Okay.
I know what you have. Arawn, what do you have?
Common and Infernal. I got no bonus languages.
Sweet. And Ivoris.
Common and Abyssal.
Abyssal. Of course you would.
Well, I think that's what the Yuan-Ti language is, isn't it?
It's a thing that Yuan-Ti have. They don't speak Draconic, they speak Abyssal.
No. And even if they did, you wouldn't know Draconic.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah. None of y'all can read this.
Cool. I don't have anything to deal with that.
Let's just push the door open. Come on.
Well, go ahead. You're the big, strong one.
Greff gets off his horse and he's gonna like. Have you ever had to touch something you think might be electrified? That's what he's doing to the silver handle before he touches it.
I feel so bad for just letting him touch it because I could detect magic on it, but I think why not? Why not just let him? You know,
you touch the metal. It's cold and smooth.
Okay. And Greff's just gonna. Can I see like which way the door would open?
They would go inwards.
And Greff's just gonna start pushing.
All right, you grab hold of the handles for these doors and you push them forward. And as you push them forwards, what you see before you cannot possibly be what you see on the exterior. Inside, you see a very large library. In front of you, there is a large mosaic on the floor of a blank scroll. And there are like blues and colors and various runes on the ground, which I now know you guys can't read. My bad. There are huge bookcases to your left and to your right. There are rows and rows of them. You can see ahead of you that there is a very large table, a couple of stands for candles, which are not lit because that'll be and some chairs. It's a large place. It's bigger here than you would expect. This is what you see.
Oh. Arawn walks past and just starts going to the nearest bookshelf and looking. He's a kid in a candy store right now.
Greff,
yes.
You have a torch, is what I'm going to assume.
Yes, Greff would have a torch as soon as it starts getting dark.
Yeah, there's no other light in here other than your torch. Arawn, you can go over and look. Are you looking at anything in particular on these bookshelves, or are you just going to go have a look?
He is just browsing for anything that stands out to him. He is the kid in the candy store right now.
You see lots of well-preserved books. You see many scrolls which have their own unique spaces in these things. The books are overflowing. They are floor to ceiling, is about 16, 17 feet tall. There are some ladders here and there for you to help get to the taller ones. There are scrolls, there are books. The books you walk past, they are in a variety of different languages. You obviously recognize Kino Common, and you recognize the other thing that you speak, Infernal. Mm-hmm. You recognize those fairly easily. There are other languages that you recognize the script of, like you may, say, for example, recognize Celestial, similar to things on the door. You'd recognize things like Abyssal, maybe the Orcish runes. You would have seen Orcish runes / Dwarven runes, technically, because they're on Greff's sword. There are a lot of things here. Some of these things shout out as being spell scrolls. Some of them shout out as being just histories. Some of them go into details. There's a whole range of things here. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna go with.
Hey, Ivoris.
Yeah.
You know more about this whole religion thing. If I were to
Ivoris kind of scratches his head.
Perhaps borrow some books from this library. Do you think is that bad?
Well, considering we're about to take something a bit more precious from this library. It's probably all right, but I'll correct you. I don't know a whole lot.
The moment she said it should be all right, you see Arawn take his arm and just start sweeping books into his bag.
That's fine.
As you reach out and touch one of these books, you hear a small pop behind you. Anyone who is behind Arawn, you see there is a small drow woman appear. She's wearing a floor-length gown. She has a very high-turned collar. Her hair is up in a bun, and she appears to be wearing some sort of spectacles. And she says, "Excuse me, sir."
Sorts out.
Yeah, well.
She seems completely unfazed by Greff as she's busy punishing this person in front of her.
Ignore me.
Hi.
What do you think you're doing, sir?
Bathroom material?
Really? You think she reaches over and grabs a book that you're about to sweep in there. The volume of Human Anatomy is something you should really be checking out as bathroom material. And she puts it back on the shelf.
You should see what the rest of my collection of tome looks like, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of anatomy books are you looking at?
Arawn just lifts his mechanical hand and waves. Like, I didn't just make this overnight, you know.
Yeah.
Now, as technically proficient as that is, what are you all doing in my library? And she finally turns around to look at the rest of you. She's like, "Excuse me, sir, put your swords away. You don't need them here in a house of learning. Away. Now."
You're not Ogmas.
She takes 2 steps forward. She's like, "No. I am the guardian of this library."
You live out here?
In a manner of speaking, I'm eternally bound to this place. I'm its librarian and its guardian.
Ah. You're a spirit.
Of sorts, yes. I have been extended certain privileges.
Greff has been taught to put away his weapon when Ivoris starts talking to people, so he puts away his weapons.
Fair.
Now, is there something I can help you through with? It is rather a late hour of the night.
Oh, yeah, we were looking for, the Scroll of Ogma, actually. We were given this location.
Given by whom?
The priest back in, Symphona. Cleric.
Right, of course. You're after the Scroll of Ogma. I regret to inform you that there are in fact certain challenges one must face to get the scroll. The learning of knowledge is a very precious thing to our god.
Fair. What are the challenges?
You must, like everything with Ogma, learn as you go along. I can tell you that Ogma will brook no lies.
Ivoris looks over to the other two. What do you think? We got a shot?
Greff's gonna really quietly go, I mean, we could take it if she won't give it to us.
Please, try.
Where is it?
You must find the door to this knowledge. I am not going to help you find these things. I will be here to help you find books in this library. That is actually my job. There are books here that will help point you in the direction that you need to go. There are certain... Consider this the first task.
Wait, you can give me books?
She looks you up and down and says, I can give you some books.
Sword books, sword master books. People books, sword master books, people.
We're going to have to make a book of this.
She pulls her spectacles off her face and lets them dangle by the rope that's like around them. And she gives you a very piercing look and she says, well, if you can understand them, I would be very happy to give you a book on swordplay.
I got money. I can make other people translate.
Let me go have a look. And she goes off to one side and you see her go to an aisle which is off to your right, and you see her float 4, 5, 6, 7 feet in the air, and she grabs hold of a book and she puts it back on the shelf for a moment and looks down at you and says, what language do you prefer this in?
Common or giant?
Yes, of course. She grabs it and just floats down. You're looking for people who can train you, or you're looking to learn from a book?
Yes.
That does not answer the question.
Both.
Both. She flicks through. You see her pull a strand of hair out of her head, and she puts it into the book, and you see it turn into a bookmark. It says, on your leisure, open it to this page.
Greff receives a book of sword things.
That better be how you put it in.
Yeah, please. Do you know, I'm not even going to give you the real title because I think Greff is going to bother reading it. This is the best thing ever.
Has anyone else been by here looking for this?
Yes. Looking for particularly the scroll.
Yeah, particularly.
Not looking for the scroll, no.
But looking for something else?
Well, of course. I mean, the Library of Alchema has a great many things concealed within its walls.
Anything on dragons?
Were there any other artifacts here? Maybe one of Severus?
No, there wasn't an artifact of Savras specifically here, no. There are other relics that were kept here. The last time we had someone come through was about 13 years ago.
Wow.
Let's go look for knowledge. Greff looks at the lady and goes you're not gonna sink this library while we're looking for something, right?
Sink the library?
Yeah.
Whatever are you talking about?
It's just I think you hear often about sand libraries.
Yes, I'm well aware of the fables and storytelling myths, but it's not actually a thing, especially not here.
Hey,
knowledge should be...
Until for earlier today, I thought dragons were a myth.
Apparently cleaning your armor appears to be a myth also.
Oh!
You see, Arawn is oh.
I think
You got
Greff
burned.
takes that badly. He looks offended. Just well,
Greff, do you need to cure wounds for that burn?
well, you should sweep your entryway. There's sand in it. And he walks away.
You see her put a hand over her heart. People can still say, "Oh no, the burn of dead woman." She looks at the horses and just sort of finds a way to keep them entertained that's nowhere near the actual books themselves, off to one side and sort of staking them down and rubbing them down, etc. She's around, but she won't help you massively in your task. All right. How'd you guys look for a magic door?
I'm going to cast Detect Magic.
Are you casting it as a spell or a ritual?
You know what? I've got time. I'll cast it as a ritual. I don't know why I'd be in a hurry in this moment because we're the only ones that are here and know this place and are looking for this thing. So
The motherfucking dragon probably knows by now.
Well, I mean, I got 10 minutes.
We got it. We can take a dragon, right, guys? We didn't run away like chicken shits as it burnt to death thousands of people.
That I have my spell slots if that happens.
I mean,
I'll put it like this. You were almost killed by 2 level 5 rogues. Yeah. I think a dragon will fucking squash you, my dude.
Here's the thing.
A third person.
Arawn's not even looking for this door thing right now. He is more curious about books on dragons because that was really cool. In his mind, that was really cool.
Is there anything particular? Oh, I know I can give you. Take an investigation roll.
Okay. You know, crazy thing about my characters is they're usually proficient in that. And this one is also.
For whatever reason. No, yeah, go do the thing. And then I'll let you know the results.
It's a 10.
Thank God. As you begin looking around and you begin to like focus on the idea of dragons and what this could mean for you and what you want, you feel a slight trickle down the back of your neck as if touched by something beyond you, something otherworldly, something possibly divine in nature. On this particular check, and I'm not going to tell you why for a while, you have advantage.
Oh. Okay. It's a 14.
As you begin perusing the shelves, you run your fingers across them. There will be a negative on this because it's not quite high enough. As you begin running your fingers across them, you just feel like a sudden spark coming out at the end of your fingers. It's something bright. And as you run your fingers back across it, there is a book. And as you pull it out, you realize that you can't read the words written here. But flicking through the pages, the illustration on the front, this is an anatomy of a dragon. You just can't read the words. It's not written in a language that you know.
Is the ghost lady looking at him?
The ghost lady's currently tending to the horses. I'll put it like that.
Just gonna casually slip it in the bag.
As you put it in your bag, you hear again that slight pop as she appears behind you. It's like, we do expect that to be returned at some point, young master.
What? Who? What?
She like stares at you very intently. She said down like over her glasses time, like, we do expect this to be returned at some point.
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
At least within your lifetime.
I will make a note of that.
Are you sure that this is the book you wish to take out?
I can only have one?
Correct.
Is there a book you think I should be taking out instead?
If this is the knowledge that you wish to seek, then this book is the one for you.
There is a lot of knowledge I wish to seek.
She looks at you and smiles. She says, and you're welcome to come here and study at any time that you can find the library again. But you can only take one.
I guess so then.
Well, she nods. You hear a pop as she disappears. She goes back to attending the horses. Greff, what are you doing in this 10-minute interlude?
Oh, yeah, he's gonna ritual cast. Fuck. Have I ever interacted with magical doors in my lifetime? I don't see why I would have.
That's a question. Would you know that it was magical?
No.
No, like Greff has never interacted with magical doors. All right, so yeah, Greff just kind of like he like struts away from the library lady when she insulted him, and then he turns around and Ivoris is sitting there meditating, doing his ritual, and Arawn is looking at books, and he's just like, he's just gonna start wandering into the library looking for doors.
Okay, you basically. Do you know what? I'm going to give you guys like a second chance. Take a perception check for me.
All of us?
No, just him.
Okay.
I'm meditating.
You're busy reading you're busy like analyzing the pictures of diagrams of dragons.
Yep.
7.
You only find mundane doors. Like they lead, like there's only really like 2 other doors here, right in the back, and they lead to small like reading rooms. There are some volumes here that are bound, attached with chains to the wall. So you could take them out like as far as the doorway, but you couldn't actually take them out of these rooms. There's a couple of those. There's a couple of scrolls behind cases, but that's about all you find, I'm afraid, my dude.
All I see is Greff like face pressed up against the glass, trying to see if it's a blank scroll.
Alas, none of them are in fact blank.
Oh God!
Sorry, my dude.
Greff's just gonna go back to Ivoris once he like has run out of bad ideas.
Okay.
So I imagine it only took like a minute or so for Arawn to find the book and pick it out and everything.
Would have taken a bit longer than that. You didn't do great your investigation.
That's fair.
And you did have an interaction of over a minute with her, so it's
That's fair.
You would have spent a lot of time trying to find this book. Like, you wouldn't be like, here's the first book on the shelf. No, you would have been, yeah.
Arawn's going to take the book and sit down next to Ivoris, and then he's going to start ritual casting Identify.
Okay, his detect magic is going to be done before your Identify. Click the Identify for me. I'll tell you whether it's even worth casting. There we go.
It is worth noting that I do not need the component, as I am an artificer.
Yeah, that's fine. I hand wave all that shit anyway. Specific ones you often do.
Oh no, it's actually a class feature is that when I cast this as a ritual, I do not need the component.
Oh yeah, this one, yeah, because you that kind of did.
Magic stuff.
Ooh.
Identify magic. As per the slight variational rules in this particular world, can you roll an Arcana check for me, please?
Sure.
No, not you.
Not me.
Identify magic. Not everything is about you. Identify magic. Detect magic.
Okay, see, that's why I was very confused there.
No, don't need identify to...
Okay.
On this particular book, you wouldn't need it.
Dirty 20.
Gee.
Oh, damn. All right, I need to check up the thing of one spell. You look around this room. There is a lot of fucking magic going on here. You can see that the librarian is magic. Just everything about her existence is magic. You can see, looking around, the various scrolls and a couple of the books on the shelves magic. As you look around, you can see the aura in those rooms that Greff found. You can see some variety of magical auras in there. You see on the ground that there is, where that mosaic of the blank scroll is, there is magic there. It's the magic that will be activated by like a keyword or something, but this definitely is like say the magic word and the door will open, that kind of thing. That's what you're seeing ahead of you on the ground. Okay. Interestingly enough, and I'm so sorry, my dude, you also notice that there is
a dagger in your heart. Sorry.
As you look down,
so
there's
sorry.
magic in your heart.
So sorry.
Do you believe in magic?
You see
magic was inside us all the time.
That there is an exceptionally high-level transmutation magic on Greff.
Just like all of him?
Yes.
Okay. And he's acting normally?
Yeah.
Okay. Ivoris
I'm not sure anyone could act Greff.
Wow.
In the movie of Kino, nobody could act Greff above Mather, I don't think.
Seeing that Arawn is also doing a ritual, I'm going to look at a couple of those books that are magic and see what the significance of the magic books are here. And I'm also going to look for a book on Ogma so that I can try to determine this password.
Okay. As you look around at these books, there are a couple of them. You see that there are a couple of books that call out to you. They are divine magic. They're from that particular, like, holy crap, this is like all about God magic.
Holy crap.
Oh my God! That's basically what you're getting from these various books.
The holiest of crap.
And as you pull them off of the shelves, you realize that they are written in a variety of languages. You recognize two that you can read, being Common and Abyssal. And they all say knowledge just in those two that you know. As you open the books, the ones that you think you could probably read, they just have the word knowledge written over and over and over and over in your language. In either Kino Common, or in Abyssal.
All right.
There is also a book on a high shelf, and as you go up to reach it, it's a book written in the same runes that are written on the mural on the floor.
Okay. Well, I guess I don't need it. I'll look at it if it looks like it has interesting pictures on it, but otherwise I can't read it. So,
what can I do to help you out with this book?
I can't. It's a book I can't read. I could throw it at Greff. That's about the use that I can get out of a book that I can't read.
I'm not gonna interrupt this flow. I'm not gonna help you guys much more. Okay, you have a bunch of books that you can't read. You have one book which is written in Celestial and doesn't appear to be repeating the same word over and over and over.
Okay.
There you go. This is what you guys have. Identify. Can you also roll an Arcana check for me, please?
Oh boy. 21?
There's no magic affecting this book, dude. There's nothing. There's no magical spells affecting it. There's no magical auras. It's not a particular anything. It's literally just a book on the anatomy of dragons. You just can't read it. You don't even know what it's written in. Actually, no, I'll give you what it's written in because I'm feeling benevolent.
Thank you.
You're welcome. It's written in Common, but it's not written in Kino Common.
Oh. Fuck. All right. Well, Arawn's putting it in his backpack then. Or his bag of holding.
Okay.
And then goes over to Ivoris. So, what did you find?
Well, we need a passcode. I believe the passcode is knowledge, if I look at these two books here correctly. It's a book up there I can't quite read.
Okay.
That's about all I've got.
Do we know where the entrance is that we're supposed to be speaking the words?
No, but the scroll over on the floor, that's looking like it's probably it.
All right. Well, go stand on it and say the word then.
All right.
I'll be right here for support if you need it.
Uh-huh.
Mostly emotional support, but you got this.
I go over to the thing and speak the command word at it.
You speak the word
Knowledge, specifically.
in what language?
Oh, man, probably just my one. The one common one that I know.
The Kino Common.
You speak the word knowledge in Kino Common, and you guys just hear the word knowledge, and there is no...
All right, and then
There's
he
no
says it in Abyssal.
Again, there is no response.
And Ivoris shrugs.
Excuse me.
Krethor.
What?
Say Krethor.
What the fuck is that?
He's just staring at Ivoris.
Fine. What are you saying? Krethor?
Greff just starts laughing.
Oh my god.
Librarian person. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Yes, I do happen to have a name.
Sorry,
What
what
can I
is
do
your
for
name?
you? My name is Jane Fairchild.
Okay, Jane. How do you say knowledge in Celestial?
She utters a word. She smiles at you, and you hear her kind of like say something. It's very musical in nature. And as soon as she says that, who's standing on the mural? Is it Ivoris?
Yeah, so that would be
Ivoris and Greff.
No, just Ivoris.
Yeah, but...
Okay.
Also, did my wild magic thing have any bad repercussions? Forget about that. Can't let us forget about our dumb things.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Hang
Would
on.
that trigger off of a ritual? Since you're
Yes.
not spending a spell slot?
Yes,
Yikes.
because all of his magic comes from guards.
Oh my lord.
Except for
Yeah.
the racial couple things that I do.
Can you make it rain gold again? I really like that one.
Check your pockets, motherfucker.
Whose pockets?
Whoever took the gold.
Your own pockets, please. Keep your hands out of mine.
You probably would have noticed by now the gold disappeared.
What? Well, then let me delete it off my fucking inventory.
That's why I asked you to keep it separate.
I think it was 64.
Yeah. No, I had
Yeah.
it separate in my inventory.
Should have spent that same day.
Fuck. Should have spent that shit.
Yeah. You regain 1d4 spell slots, starting at the lowest, but you haven't spent any, right? So it didn't.
Correct.
Nothing happened.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sigh of relief,
Sorry.
though, on Ivoris's part that nothing happened. Cool.
Okay,
Yeah, I am
so-
standing on that. That's...
As she mutters a beautiful, magical, celestial word, which you would assume to be knowledge, the ground beneath you basically dissolves and you feel yourself falling.
Wonderful.
And you're falling into darkness. What the other two see is you see him just dissolve in midair.
Cool.
When you say dissolve, do you mean like just kind of slowly go opaque and disappear? Or do you mean fall through the floor?
He feels like he's falling through the floor.
What's
You
it
guys
to
see him
us?
basically just like fading into nothing.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I should not have made his last word be but.
okay. I'm assuming that we should probably go stand there and say that thing.
She nods and smiles and she says, good luck.
Thank you.
Ogma, books no lies. Only the truth. Good luck. And she says the command word, and you guys also feel like you're dissolving through the floor. Whoa!
You have wings. You have nothing to worry about.
I know.
Uh,
Ah! He's like flapping, but it's not doing anything. He's like, fuck!
Should have invented that parachute.
Okay. You guys fall through the air. Ivoris, you land heavily on both your feet, barely able to stand upright. You look around and it's a fairly large round room. There are torches sconцed in the walls. They are emitting a reddish orangey glow. You can see that there are bookcases between them. There are probably about 3 or 4 scattered around the edge. There are scrolls, there are some books on them. But what intrigues you most is in the very center of this room, there is a plinth. And on this plinth, there is a scroll. There appears to be no doorways. And then you hear dunk dunk as your other 2 cohorts join you.
Oh, thank the gods he's still alive. Ooh. Or maybe we're all dead. And Greff starts poking himself.
You don't feel dead.
It's okay. It's okay.
Arawn's got that squinty look at Greff like he's slowly losing brain cells. He walks away. He just walks towards the thing.
This room is not particularly large. We're probably talking about 2 or like in like diameter, maybe like 3 Arawns laying down.
Okay, it's the circle room?
Yeah.
Okay.
Stone walls, stone floor,
Plinth with a
dark
scroll.
ceiling. Yep, length with a scroll.
And I'm stuck in the middle with Greff. All right.
Yes.
Arawn goes to the scroll.
Okay. You walk up to said scroll. The scroll has something written on it. Sorry.
Yep. Probably can't read it.
Yes, you can.
I
You
can.
pick up the scroll. And what is written on the scroll is an exclamation. Is a description of Ogma, the god of knowledge. Basically, it says that each person is a blank scroll, and that by the end of your journey, it will be filled with many lines of scripture about your life. Some of them in bold, some of them underlined, some of them struck through. But they'll all be tales of your life. Scholars are important in this world, as are those who record them, the scribes. Those who seek knowledge are divine in my eyes. To move on, you must demonstrate that you have sought worldly knowledge. The word knowledge from Telrath, Daemarius, or Discora.
Arawn definitely read that out, by the way. Like out loud.
Okay.
So I think we just have to say the words again, but with a different language. I don't know any of them.
There are bookshelves here as well.
Wait, what are we trying to do?
I think we have to speak the word knowledge again, but it needs to be from one of the 3 other continents. But I don't really understand what...
Has it been 10 minutes yet since Detect Magic?
I'm going to go with no.
Is there any books on the wall that seem significant through that?
None of them are magical, no.
Okay. Are there any I can read that seem to have that same word over and over and over?
You're looking around at these books. All the spines are blank, so you would have to go looking through them.
All right. We're looking for how to say what in what now?
Knowledge in
Discora, Demarius, or Telnath?
The fuck
I don't.
is Dimarius?
Arawn just shrugs.
And remind Neil, what is Telnath?
Telrath
Telrath,
is
that was
a
it.
place that you guys have heard of, mentioned in the game, but I haven't explained what it is.
Okay.
I mean, you could take a history check if you think you might know. It'll be possible. Greff, no offense, not so much.
shock. Greff's gonna grab one random book off the shelf and just open it.
You grab a book off the shelf. It's... Take an investigation for me.
Oh no, not that one.
Yep, sorry.
Oh, 17.
Oh, fuck my life. You pull open this book, and it's it's a how-to phrase book, written for dwarves.
Amazing.
How to... Wait.
Like these are the phrases you need to get around London if you don't speak English. You have the equivalent for dwarves.
Okay. Greff's gonna
where's the nearest bathroom? That sort of thing, but in dwarvish. It's written in Kino Common.
All right. Greff's gonna go through that book and see if the word knowledge is ever used in Dwarven. I don't care if that's not one of the 3 languages we're looking for. Greff is just trying something. This is the extent of Greff's investigative journalistic tendencies.
Oh.
I'm on the edge of my seat. Is Greff gonna do this?
Greff, I'm gonna make you roll another roll because I feel it's needed at this point. Is Greff going through this very intently, or is he skimming it?
I mean, he's looking for the word knowledge. He's just kind of hoping it will pop out.
Okay, yeah, I'll take an investigation for that.
Come on. I rolled a 6.
That's
It's all
more
okay
like
for
it.
me.
You don't find anything. Okay, let's go to Ivoris.
All right, I'm gonna do the same thing. Pull a book out from the shelf, and
All right.
Think of your own damn gimmick.
Written in Abyssal is a translation. It's a how to get around your local capital of Daemarius. It's a translation for Draconic.
Oh,
I need you also to make an investigation check.
investigation.
Yes, please.
It's not on there.
Investigation.
It's not on my character sheet.
oh, your
I'm
character sheet might have fucked up.
99%. Oh,
No, because sometimes the character sheets fuck up and won't have an like a particular skill on there. Just do an intelligence check for you because you're
What
definitely
is
not.
future?
What?
You have a future check. It's your skill for your ability,
Okay.
your special.
Okay, well, you've done
Samurai
something
skipping
and
ability.
deleted that from my sheet, apparently.
Oh my god, it has gone! This is the worst thing in the world!
I can't do it.
How?
I can't be.
Oh, my Lord.
Be.
You weren't trained in it, I know that. So just hit investigation. Just hit intellect for you. We'll fix it afterwards.
There's no way I had proficiency in that, so.
No, there was no way you had proficiency in that. 99% sure.
17.
Sweet. On 17, you find the draconic word for knowledge.
Incredible, I say it.
Excellent. As the torches begin to flicker and die out, you utter this word. Beneath you, a
Metal spike
Sorry.
shoots up and impales you. You die.
for taking the piss.
You
As
didn't
you
put a
say
proper
this
inflection.
word, as you say the magic word, the command words, the scroll flutters up into the air and turns into a very large portal, big enough for the three of you to walk through. You can't see what's on the other side of this portal. This portal is just a weird kind of like purpley greenish color.
What do you know?
You guys want to jump into the unknown?
Do we have a choice?
Well, yeah, you don't have to.
Yeah, we'll just be trapped in this room for the rest of our lives, I guess.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Well, we're fucking going through that, I guess.
You could learn some other languages before the torches die out and you die of starvation.
Oh boy, that'd be useful.
Yeah.
I don't put the book away. I'm going to keep it with me.
Okay. All right.
Greff kind of just rolls his eyes and goes like, see, if we were in a gladiator pit, we wouldn't be dealing with weird mumbo-jumbo portals. We'd just be hitting people. This is...
Greff, listen, as soon as we have to deal with something with Torm, it's all you, buddy, all right?
Yeah.
With these words of encouragement, you guys walk through this strangely coloured portal. As you walk through, I'm afraid any books you were holding that came from this room
Son of a bitch.
burn up in your hands.
No.
Should just put it in the bag of holding.
Sorry, wouldn't have mattered.
But it's magic.
Uh-huh.
It
This
goes
is
to a different
burning your
plane of
books, man.
existence.
Uh-huh.
Goes to the stocking.
Yeah, because, like, the Spectre wouldn't have picked up the book on the commands of a god. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Your book's banned. The next room you come across, you're standing in a corridor. On the walls of this corridor, they're basically just really big bookshelves. There are stacks and stacks and stacks of scrolls. Some of them are very old and coloured with age, fragile to the touch, even to be breathing near them. Some of them are bound up with important coloured ribbons, purples and blues, bright reds, these sorts of things. Some of them look very fresh, some of them look fairly new. But that's not the thing that's actually concerning at this point. Ahead of you, you can see there is another plinth. On this plinth, there is a cushion, which, telling by even this distance, about 60 feet out, the dust on it, there used to be an object on here, a big round object. Next to it, there is a scroll with a ink pot and a quill on it. What is concerning is the other side of that, 60 feet further along, there is a large double brown door with silvery handles. And propped up against this are at least 3 or 4 bodies, covered head to toe in armor, various types, metal, scale, hide, some nothing at all. They seem to have just dropped there on the ground, and there is something written on a plaque next to it, but you guys are just that little bit too far out to read it. The only light you have is from Greff's torch, which I'm assuming he still has.
Yeah.
All right. No one touch anything.
Greff is slowly unsheathing his orcan-carved blade.
Arawn has his gun out.
Ivoris is going to, hands behind the back, calmly walk down that hallway
Greff is following.
and look over the corpses.
So you're going to walk past the plinth.
Yeah, technically,
To the corpses.
Yes.
All right. You walk past the plinth to the corpses.
Yes.
Arawn is going to stay by the plinth.
Okay, are you just going to stay by the plinth? Are you looking at the plinth? Or are you just going to walk past
I
it?
touch everything. I'm just kidding.
Okay. Damn it!
Anxiety.
Here?
I give up. Just tell me what happened.
Damn it.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. Calmly
You guys walk up to these corpses.
No, by the plinth.
They, 2 of you walk up to these corpses with your, assume, well, at least one of you has your weapons drawn. There are 3 of them. One is Tabaxi, the other 2 are Tiefling. They appear to have just dropped dead. They don't seem to have any wounds on them. If they had died more recently, you would have seen that their eyes are open, but now they are just rotting corpses. They don't appear to be moving. Your detect magic has gone out before you ask.
Well, yeah, we read books. I figured.
Yeah, they are just laying there. That's what you get from looking at the corpses. You find yourself like, if you're looking through the corpses, you find yourself like 13 silver. That's pretty much it.
No, I wouldn't have touched them.
Greff is definitely rolling over one of the tiefling with his blade. Just kind of like...
As you like put your blade out and roll them over, like you roll their body over, but their head stays where it was.
Gross.
I regret doing this now.
Gross.
What does the plaque say? Arawn shouts like across the room.
Can I tell what the plaque says?
Yes. To learn, one must always sacrifice something. Life, blood, time.
Fuck. It says to sacrifice something. You have to... I relate to him what it says. Let's just do that.
Okay. I mean, 2 out of 3 of those aren't bad. Kind of.
I don't want to sacrifice my time or life. I'll give you blood, no problem. Here. And Greff starts walking towards you, blade held high.
Well, hold on. We don't know where we're supposed to put, or do... I don't... Hold on. Arawn's going to look at the plinth and all the shit on there.
You can see that there is like a large kind of like cushion thing, like a velvet cushion, like you would put like the crown on or something. There's just like a large round circular bit where dust isn't quite as much as it was before. And next to it, you see there's a scroll which has an ink pot put on it and a quill just to like stretch it and open it. And in common, Kino common, written here, there is a very simple, very, very simple note. And it says, I, Durand, have claimed the shield of defense for the assembly of thinkers. May we be ready for the apocalypse. Durand. Dated 13 years previously.
Ah. No, wait, we weren't looking for a shield. Fuck this. We're looking for a scroll.
They've had a shield for 13 years.
Sounds like it.
It also implies that they knew for 13 years that something was going to happen.
You're right.
That's more concerning. Greff's gonna grab the scroll and like look it over, see if he sees anything like just anything weird about it.
Not really, no. It seems to be written in a fairly elegant masculine hand. Is that it?
Oh, I'm pretty sure we're gonna get paid extra if we turn this into at Atnas. So let's grab this.
Is there any ink in the ink pot?
It's pretty dry. It's been like 13 years. You could maybe like drop a bit of water in there and give it a good stir. It wouldn't be great, but you get a little bit out of it.
Now the question is, why would someone come here and just write out this whole spiel?
Well, if you found a legendary artifact in a temple that moves around, would you not want to claim it in the eyes of all that have come before you and after you?
No, because that paints a target on your back.
That's why you would do it. You want everybody to know how great you are.
Someone who stole a shield is probably concerned about their safety. It's a shield.
Greff's gonna grab Arawn by the arm and like kind of the mechanical arm and kind of lift it and like, don't tell me you don't have like your initials engraved somewhere around here.
No.
Gun? Surely that's engraved.
No.
What is wrong with you, boy?
I'm not very vain in that sense. I aim for functionality, not for vanity. I mean, maybe a little bit just to make it look nice, but I mean...
It has Arawn written all over it, but not actually the words Arawn. It's just his design.
Right.
His design, his work speaks for itself.
Actually, I have an idea. Greff, put the scroll down for a sec.
Back on the plinth thingy?
Yes.
Greff puts it back.
Now, prick your finger with your sword and drop the blood in the inkwell.
All right. Greff's gonna like stab his finger on the tip of his blade and like squeeze out a little bit of blood.
As you squeeze your blood into this, I need you, and I'm so sorry.
Uh-oh.
I need you to roll 60-10.
Uh-oh.
What have you done to me?
I don't know. That's why I made you do it.
If this kills you, I'm sorry, but I am not pulling punches in this game.
60,
all right.
10?
Yes.
Let me see. That's 5d10 and then
Oh, Lord.
one more.
Okay. All right. Well,
How much damage did you take?
34.
As you cut the end of your finger, it drops and drops and drips and drips and drips. It seems like this inkwell doesn't ever seem to fill up, but as soon as you prick your finger, begin to drop in there, you can't move your arm. You can think, you can feel, you can try and move inside your body, but you cannot move until the inkwell has had its say. And as the last drop of blood falls in, are you conscious?
Yes, with 4 HP left.
oh,
Sorry, 6.
As you drip your last into there, and as everyone's eyes can't help but follow this last drop of blood, you disappear from their view.
With my final breath, I curse Arawn!
You can't because your entire body is paralyzed. Before we get on to what happens with
Greff.
fuck is your name? Greff. I want to see what you two want to do. If enough time passes, then I'm just going to jump straight back to him.
Arawn looks where Greff was, looks at the inkwell, turns back to Ivoris, looks back at the inkwell, looks back at Ivoris, back at the inkwell. Either I'm a genius or I just killed him. Or somewhere in between.
No, if you kill him, look. And Ivoris points at the bodies. He wouldn't have disappeared if he was dead. Those people didn't. Better to have whatever happened to him happen than whatever happened to those guys, I say.
Well, if life needs to be taken, I guess maybe someone came here with a bunch of lackeys and decided to sacrifice them. At least that's what it seems like was used here.
Perhaps.
I guess whoever it was didn't want to do what the Greff had to do. The other option is to spend time. I don't fancy pricking myself and potentially bleeding out. Arawn's going to take you said there's a quill there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Arawn's going to take the quill and try dipping it in the inkwell.
The inkwell's dry, but you can do it. And as you dip it in and you pull it out, you can see there's a very small amount of ink on it.
The blood disappeared?
Yes.
Arawn's going to just start writing on the parchment. Or
What are you going to write on the parchment?
He's going to write, I, Arawn, have come in search of a relic with which to fulfill a mission tasked to me and my companions, with which I will get paid a fair sum so that I can continue my research.
I really, there's a part of me that wanted you to write in the sacred scroll just like a fuck ton of money. But, okay. Again, I apologize, and this may be the worst. I need you to roll 3d10.
Okay. Oh boy. Roll 3d10. This could kill me. 12.
You have aged 12 years, and
Oh,
as you finish writing, you also disappear.
Fuck. That would mean that I am now. Oh Lord. How old did I say I was?
Oh, I have a thing. Please do not suddenly change your age. I will go batshit crazy.
My 20.
Arawn is 28, so he is now physically 40 years old.
Fuck my life.
You
I'm
just
putting
wrote
that-
it away, my friend.
I'm putting it down. Now I'm 40 years old.
Yep. Okay. Ivoris. You can, of course, just wait for them.
I'm a grandmother.
Have to follow them.
I'm afraid to be stuck here, though, is the thing. Did I see him age?
No.
Oh, fuck.
You didn't. You saw like him like drip, 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 but you didn't see him age.
That answers what I'm going to do then, because that's the easy thing, right? Oh, that worked. All right.
I mean,
so
if you want to do that, if I can give you an opportunity to learn that he aged, but I will like make a basic intellect check, and then I will give it to you, or I won't.
Can I?
You don't have
because it can be a leap of logic here. So
can I make a horrible suggestion?
Yes.
Do wild magic until you get another kobold, and then sacrifice it.
Oh.
No, you can't sacrifice the ethereal kobold.
What's the point
with
of
a
having
15?
an ethereal kobold?
I'm gonna say with a 15, you could probably make the jump. That's you didn't see him bleed out, but there was life and time on there. Since he's not dead, he hasn't paid with his life.
Damn. This is tough.
Do you want to get old, or do you want to die?
Or
do you want to die?
Equally able to die with either, I think so.
How old is Ivoris?
I think he's
It's like 22, because I think it's the same age as Ral, because you're an asshole.
Yeah, it's easier to remember.
I'm a grandmother.
Why do you keep saying that?
It's a vine.
Oh, I hate it. You
can just wait. I mean, that's the other option. If you don't want to do either, you can
he
not
wouldn't
do it.
Just wait though, because like, what the fuck? He thinks he's gonna be stuck here, right?
If that's what you want to think, I'm not.
That is what I want to think. I don't want to die like these other guys.
Don't give him ideas, V. Just let him do it.
Disappear too.
What do you want to do?
Fuck. I'll sign the thing.
What are you gonna write?
Ivoris writes.
Ditto. Sorry. Carry on.
Ivoris writes, I also seek the artifact to stop the apocalypse.
Okay. And with that, I need you also to roll a 3d10.
Wonderful. 14.
You age 14 years. You're now the body of a 36-year-old man.
Great. Wonderful.
Okay. At least Greff's is like recoverable, but it could have killed him.
Close.
Yeah.
Very close.
Okay, Greff. You are in the library upstairs, as you were before. Everything here is lit up by various torches all around. There is kind of like a soft white glow that's coming through from, well, you're probably not sure where, but it's coming from somewhere. Ahead of you, on the mural that's on the ground, there is now a plinth. There is a blank scroll. And there is Jane, the drow, standing behind it, with her glasses around her neck, just looking at you and smiling. Please don't strip blood across my library.
Greff's like squeezing his fingers, like kind of afterwards, trying to stop the bleeding, even though it's definitely stopped. He just feels uncomfortable. It's like, I'll try not to. That's the, is that the scroll thing?
It is indeed.
What does it do?
It is a relic of Ogma. It is a very important artifact for those who follow him. It represents...
No, what does it do?
What it does.
I don't care what it represents. I don't care who cares about it. What does it do?
With his scroll of knowledge, you can learn things. You can learn, for some people, you can learn languages. For other, you can learn how to master death itself. For even more, you can learn how to transcend into being a god. For other people like myself, you can learn to be the greatest librarian of all time. It is exceptionally powerful, but as I said before, and she looks at you very keenly, he does not accept liars or falsehoods. Knowledge is cold, unfeeling. It is truth. And you are not truthful, are you?
No.
At this point, Arawn turns up.
Does it make a sound when he appears, or?
Take a perception check.
12.
No.
All right. Yeah, the Greff just answer. No. Does that mean I can't take it?
Yes, it means you cannot.
Fine, I'll wait for one of the others.
And as you, kind of gesture in the affirmative, Arawn, you can see him at the corner of your eye now. His wings aren't easy to miss. You look like, oh shit, there's a great, white and black wing. That must be Arawn.
Oh, you look bad.
Excuse me?
Is it the lighting in here?
He could never look more photogenic in his life. Just old.
You look old, Arawn. What did you do?
I wrote on the paper. Is this going to be permanent? He's looking at the librarian.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes, it is. You have sacrificed time to learn things.
Can it be undone somehow?
No,
At all?
at all.
Well, that sucks.
It's the price you must pay for a relic of a god of knowledge.
Well, I bet I get a lot of fucking knowledge out of this. Is that it right there, the scroll?
It is. At this point, Ivoris joins you.
Arawn just starts walking forward towards the scroll to grab it.
Can I do one thing?
Sure.
No.
I want a second wind.
Yes, you can do that.
All right. Just, there we go. No, come on. I rolled a 2. Fuck.
No.
It's 2 plus your fighter level.
Oh, so I got 3. Wow. No, wait, actually, we're level 4. Jesus.
I haven't gimped you that much, my dude. You're totally fine. I know I'm holding you guys back a little bit, but I'm not that cruel.
Arawn's grabbing the scroll.
Take a intellect saving throw. They're rarely used.
18.
Often defied. As you grab this scroll. Okay, so I want you to roll a d3.
D3. / roll D3. 3.
He aged 30 years.
I'm pretty sure that would actually kill me.
Okay. With a 3, as you grab the scroll, it fills instantly with runes and letters that you've never seen before. But the longer you stare at it, I say longer, it feels like years that you're staring at the scroll as you're seeing these words appear. You're seeing them appear in your mother tongue, in Infernal. And over time, as you feel these 12 years that you aged, you begin to realize that you're learning the language Abyssal. And in a blink of an eye for everyone else, you have acquired Abyssal. As you've held onto the scroll, I need to check what you're proficient in, because you're proficient in fucking everything.
I'm proficient in many things, and I have expertise in all of my tools.
Oh my god! Aethor, you also speak Goblin!
I said so, right?
No, I was like, you speak like the thingy and giant, right? And you were like, yeah, that's it. I didn't realize you had goblin too. Fuck my life. In that case, I need you to roll a d4, Arch, sorry.
Oh.
I didn't realize you had goblin as well. Fuck my life.
God damn it. 2.
Oh, this is even worse. I'm so sorry. In that case, I need to open up Ivoris's character sheet. Fuck. Okay. As you look at this scroll and you see the various runes on it, you recognize Infernal. But you also recognize, or begin to recognize, a completely different set of letters. And over what feels like 12 years, I am so sorry, dude. As you feel like over 12 years, you begin to realize that you're seeing the script for Giant. And you now know Giant.
Oh, why would you give me that shitty language? Fuck.
Because it's based on the amount of languages everyone else knows.
You should have just stuck with the Abyssal, damn it.
Too late, you now know Giant.
Nobody uses Giant.
Fight me in real life.
It's like one of the least used languages in this game.
Yep. However, it's one you have.
I'm adding it to my sheet. Okay.
And you also
have a lot of proficiencies, you were saying.
Yeah, a fuck ton of proficiencies. I don't like it.
I love it.
Okay. As you are also looking at this scroll, you feel a sudden coursing through your veins, like someone has replaced all of your blood with poison.
Oh.
And it burns and it hurts and it feels like you are melting from the inside out. And it feels like this goes on for minutes, hours, you can't really tell. It's just intense, blinding pain. And in a blink of an eye to everyone else, and over the course of what feels like a couple of days, it begins to go down. And you are suddenly fine. As you become... Oh my god, are you immune? Oh my god, you are immune. You become immune to poison.
Oh. What?
Yep.
Okay.
Good job.
Yeah.
You can train your body to become immune to shit. That's basically what you have done.
Damage, immunity, poison. Condition immunity.
Let's go hunt green dragons.
That's me remembering not to poison you guys anymore.
No.
I'm going to poison you anyway. To be fair, by the time I prep the next game, I'm going to forget all about this.
Okay. All right. Well, that part was useful.
There you go.
Unlike fucking Giant.
You have this... Well, if you ever go visit the land of the giants, or you figure out Greff's backstory and have to go visit like his giant mama, you'll be able to talk to her.
Hi, Greff's mom. Let me tell you about how fucking stupid your son is.
He's the real runt of the litter. We all happen to be scholars in our family. We booted him out because it's good for nothing else. Anyway.
Oh, my people.
Short and dumb. Greff did not win genetic lottery.
Okay. With that, you have the scroll. And the library around you vanishes and disappears. And you find yourself standing in the desert. It's pretty late at night, telling by, the moon's up in the sky. It's real late. You're probably looking about midnight. Your horses are nearby, well groomed and looked after. For those two of you who have the books, you have your 2 books. They haven't been taken away from you. This is where we find you guys.
Library's still there, though, right?
Nope, it's gone.
Oh. How the fuck am I supposed to find it again?
You'll have to go looking for it, my man.
Son of a fuck. All right.
And I would definitely hand that book back into that librarian. She'll haunt your ass.
That's fine. Deal with that later. Arawn is standing there with like one eye twitching. He's like not really moving.
Library's gone. Do you still have the scroll? And he's gonna like walk up to Arawn. I'm assuming his giant wingspan and how his body's turned is like blocking what he's doing.
Yeah, you best wouldn't be able to see it. But, as you walk around him, yes, he's still holding the scroll.
All right, good job. Claps you on the shoulder. God, you look bad. God, you both look bad. Fuck.
Greff.
Am I allowed to curse on this podcast?
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
All right. to get some fucking sleep. I'm missing like all my blood. So I'm going to start collecting some firewood. And I'm going to start a fire. You two, you go rest your weary bones. You look like you could use it.
Yeah.
Right. Aron's gonna
Greff,
just.
I'm
tuck
going to deal with Greff for just 30 seconds. Greff, you're in the middle of a desert looking for firewood.
No. He needs to learn.
Yes, he needs to learn. I need you to take the mother of all investigation checks at disadvantage.
Okay, but I want to point this out. This is definitely one of those moments in movies and TV shows where Greff like goes like, I'm gonna go find some firewood. Turns around and the camera like now cuts to like a bird's eye view, and you just hear like a woohoo. She's just, Well, I got a 14 on investigation.
Is that a disadvantage?
No. Got
14 on investigation.
Fuck. On a 14. Surprise, surprise, you don't find all that much in the way of burnable things in the desert, the wastelands. You find like one or two like dead cacti that you might be able to burn, but that's about it. That is it, my friend. All right, we're going to leave you in the dark with a torch looking for firewood. Okay, Arawn, Ivoris.
You good?
That's a question. Yes and no.
How do you mean?
I'm very tired. I think that's all. I need to lay down. I'm going to keep this tucked away. And Arawn just kind of puts the scroll into the bag of holding.
Sure. Hold on to it, but we maybe shouldn't hand it over.
Greff, you can come back at this point.
What do you mean?
Well, I only got the whereabouts to this because I promised I wouldn't hand it over specifically to, well, either. I was told to keep it, actually, but I don't mind you having it, so right, I don't care about it. But we might want to be careful with it. This could kill a god. This could be used to kill Ogma. And for some reason or another, that cleric didn't trust. Well, she didn't want anyone to get her hands on it. It was strange. She was good with giving the information to me. But she was strangely persistent that it not be given to anyone.
Are you suggesting we keep it away from Atna?
I don't know what to do. We kept him from it. We did our job. They're gonna want it.
Yeah, and let's put it like this. If you guys don't feel better in the morning, you have paid a hefty price for this piece of artifact.
Here's my logic. No matter who we decide to trust, the only people that we know aren't going to use that to kill a god is ourselves. They're going to be pissed. But hiding it is the safest bet.
The business of gods and mortals is...
Well, apparently the gods can die now. We gotta play it safe.
So what? Stick it in his bag and rupture the bag. It's gone forever. We never have to worry about it again.
Absolutely not.
All right, burn it. Bury it in the desert. Get rid of it forever.
No, we need to be able to. We need to be able to get it.
You want to be able to get it.
We want to be able to get it, yeah, in case we're wrong, and it is important.
So we'll just keep it in the bag, and we'll just...
We shouldn't return to Ednilov with it in hand, but we can keep it at my manor. Well, somewhere around the manor. Unless you guys have some place really damn good to hide something.
That's why I would keep it in the bag. The bag goes to another plane of existence. The only way anybody can get it out is if they know it's there. And they have to know what they're looking for.
They can't just empty a bag, you know that, right? You can't just turn bags upside down and empty everything.
Oh, fuck yeah, I forgot the bag of holding can do that.
Yeah, sorry, I know. I think Arawn would know that.
Yeah. I forgot about that part because, like, it never comes up.
Yeah, it's a rarely used thing. And in theory, anyone on the stalking plane could get to it, but knowing where on the stalking plane, which is like as big as the fucking world, is like minute.
Right.
I have a secret stash I could keep it with.
Now, Greff, how secret is this stash?
Well, you fuckers don't know where it is.
No, Greff, I don't know a whole lot about you in general. Much less your secrets.
Yeah.
You don't know mine. I don't know yours.
None of us know anything about each other, really.
It's my emergency fund. I keep money stashed away in case things go tits up, so I can get out with money between my fingers.
It's
a spot.
We'll figure it out when we get back home. But yeah, just thought I should let you know that. I know you don't do the whole gods thing, but if there's any one god that I think that you should try to get the favor of, it's that one. So I'll just let you hold on to that. The gods work in these ways.
Who were you addressing when you said that?
The intelligent one.
All right.
Arawn shrugs.
Okay. Unless there's anything else you guys want to bring up, suggest, or do, then I suggest we phase into night.
Arawn's going to do a thing at night.
Ivoris is too.
Ah, Jesus Christ. Okay,
Fuck.
we'll start with Arawn.
So it begins.
When we're taking a rest, Arawn's going to, at some point, have his wings as like kind of like a tent shield bubble thing around him.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to take the scroll out and he's going to start trying to learn everything he can about it and how to use it, how to wield it, what it does, what it doesn't do. He wants to know everything.
The blank scroll.
The scroll of Ogma.
Okay, the scroll of the blank scroll of the God of Knowledge.
Yes.
Its major magical use has been used.
What?
There is nothing written on there.
Okay.
There are no memories. There are no anything on here. It is a blank scroll to your knowledge. It does, however, have a connection with the plane above, with the Sentinel plane.
Okay.
One would assume it links you to Ogma themselves.
Uh-huh.
You know that if anyone else were to touch this, if there were any particular major lies, it would probably do them some minor damage. That's about it. For example, people who haven't told the truth. Other than that, its magical use is gone. No one else can gain the same abilities from it as you have because it's been removed from its place of rest. This thing is powerful and could be very powerful in various rituals involving Ogma or the killing thereof, or contacting Ogma themselves. basically a paladin or a cleric could use this to great effect. If, for example, you're trying to contact Ogma, you could probably use this variation of a Speak with Dead or a Speak with Celestial or something spell. It could have very powerful magical uses, but its main function is done. Now it's out of its place of rest.
What about in the hands of an artificer?
Since you are not good, I mean, you could use it like a basis of spells to make certain spells bigger, stronger. But they would have to be very specific things like learning stuff, communications, that kind of thing. You could use it in building to help you build that very big, cool thing that you want to build.
I think that will be a very good use of it.
Yes. Yes, it could help you with this. You can, for example, use it to, augment cure wounds. That wouldn't really work for you because you're not divine. But you could use it to help you, like you ask it for help in knowledge and creating blueprints and such like. That's probably about as much use as you could get for it.
Okay. In that case, then rest of it's going to be Arawn looking at the dragon book.
You can't read it.
He's looking at the diagrams and trying to extrapolate.
Okay. We will get on to exactly what you're extrapolating and how this monumental thing that you're building is going to be dealt with, but we'll do that off air because that's a lot of information we've got to go through.
It is.
Okay. Let's just say this book also helps. Ivoris, what are you doing, my man?
Oh man, so we're in the middle.
Don't you steal from me? Don't do it.
You're awake, probably.
I'm going to say that you guys are kind of like, you're either asleep or you're awake around each other. Basically, if you want to talk to someone, you can. If you don't want to, then you don't have to have anyone else being awake.
I'm going to sleep right now. It's okay, guys. Ugh.
Well, no, I mean, he'll just do it while everyone's awake. It's not like a big deal. But so we don't have a campfire or anything like. Do we have like a central area that we're all in?
Yeah, I'm going to say that like between you, eventually you have enough stuff to burn and make a fire. I mean, it's you would have brought supplies.
Okay.
And Greff found some dead cacti. You're fine.
Not
a lot, but some.
Oh man, that cactus juice.
Yeah.
It's desiccated, but sure.
He's going to sit far out, away from the fire. He usually sits a little bit further out. It's not far-fetched for you guys to think that Ivoris is having some trust issues at the moment. But he sits even further back than that, to where if you were to get up and move around, if anything were to move around him in the sand, he would be able to hear it, hopefully.
Uh-huh.
So far enough away that he's the only sounds around. He's going to do his ability that he has that you have homebrewed that I should be using in very important events.
One could also argue before very important things, but yeah, sure.
One would say that probably almost exclusively needed before, but like I'm still in the phase of after because of,
Yeah,
Neela, it's okay. You'll learn.
He will learn, but like this is a new thing, so fuck you.
Yeah. So what are you trying to focus for a specific thing? Like, are you trying to find out omen on a particular event that you're trying to do? Or is it just, I'm going to let all the potential knowledge of the future come from everywhere and anywhere in the world?
Can I list two things? Or just one?
Yes. Go for two and then I'll tell you if you can.
The dragon and the scroll.
Dragon and the scroll. I will let you do. Well, I mean, you can just rob for both. The consequences of failure, that kind of stuff.
I haven't read through it that carefully.
Yeah, you should.
I'll
okay. Pick one first. Do you want to do the dragon or do you want to do the scroll? I'll do dragon first.
These are important. Yeah, I'll do them both. I'll do the dragon first.
Okay. You close your one eye. For anyone who would be able to see your face, but no one can currently, you begin to see the orb inside your eye begin to swirl, the mist inside, the various eyes moving around, different colours. And you're seeing through these into the potential good and the potential bad future, the future omens of this dragon. I need you to make a futures check, please.
Oh, man.
Future.
That is what that thing is, huh?
Yep.
Okay.
Your DC is 16 and will always be 16.
Okay. And that's always a +2, huh?
Yeah, well, after you learn a certain amount of time, you'll become
Proficiency's right,
proficient,
okay.
and then at a certain amount of time, you'll become expertise.
All right. 10. Fuck.
Okay.
I should probably read.
So you don't see anything. You just get this blinding pain in your eye as you see like 3,000 visions all come in at once. You've yet to try and focus and train properly yet. You're just experimenting. As you see this power emanate from inside of you just go batshit crazy as the first time you try and use it. I need you to roll 3d4.
I'm just reading this. God damn
Yep.
it. 5.
You take 5 psychic damage.
Could have been.
That's my favorite kind of damage.
As your brain super hurts. As you basically well, actually, you've provoked this migraine. This is entirely your fault. And I also need you to make a roll special. I need you to make a con save.
God damn. All right.
Your DC will always be a 14.
Well, it's a 6, so.
You fail. You are blind for 1 hour. You cannot perform this check again today, and you can't see for an hour.
Damn it. All right, well, I'm sitting out in the desert alone for a while, guys. Listening carefully for things approaching.
All right. Okay. That's you done. That's you done for today then. All right. Greff, I hate to ask. What are you doing, my man?
Snoring.
Okay. Fair enough.
I don't think, I think Greff, he wants to talk, but he doesn't know how to do it. So he just kind of sees Arawn make his little tent and Ivoris go off into the distance. He's like, okay, I'm going to sleep then.
Oh, Greff.
Quick question, V. Was that a spell?
This is not affected by
Okay.
your crazy magic because this magic comes from within you.
Okay.
It lives in you.
Yes. This future shit of Savras is now yours.
Remember who you are.
Stole it.
Remember.
Okay, with Greff being sad, dejected, rejected, possibly,
Antisocial.
antisocial. Well, nobody wants to talk to him. You could just go say, I want to talk at someone.
I would love that more
No,
than
no,
anything.
no.
Iris would not like it, but Neil would so much. I think that we should talk to each other. Iris is not the one to do it.
It's gonna come up sooner or later, but tonight is not the night.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, there are 6 more days traveling home, so you can do it whenever you want.
I
Okay.
assume sooner or later those two assholes are gonna just leave me alone by the campfire. And Greff's gonna get his little chance.
Okay, so basically this night passes fairly peacefully. Unless there is anything in particular you guys want to do on your way back, then we will pick up next time back in the mine.
More reading. Or diagram interpreting.
Visions.
Sleeping? No, I think Greff would definitely. Greff's gonna ask about your eye, dude. He's definitely gonna ask about your eye. He's been holding back for 7 days now.
Okay, if it's eating it away, that's fine.
You guys are more than 7 days out from the apocalypse, my guys.
Oh, I know, but I don't think Greff hangs out with Ivoris a lot on our off time.
No, I can't imagine.
Okay, so what we're going to do then is we are going to say that you guys travel back and it takes about 6 days, give or take. back to the mine proper. We'll pick up the night before you guys arrive at the mine, so you can do any chatting, talking, researching, planning. Like, over the week it is before we do the recordings and shit, like, I have a good idea where we could hide this shit. I will give you guys that time and talk about it, whatever you want to do. So we'll pick up the night before you guys arrive back in Shilvana. Does that sound good? All right, cool. So yes, think about campfire shit you want to do on the way home, and we'll pick up from there. Hello, Jane Fairchild here. You met me in the library just moments ago. I would like to thank you all for checking out this episode and returning it back to me, because you wouldn't want to incur any late fees, of course. I do believe the next installment in this saga shall be a month from now. So you may come back here and check that out. That would be most excellent. Of course, remembering to turn it back, because I don't actually wish to hunt you down through space and time, because that would be rather awkward. I would like to thank Rogue for naming me, Jane Fairchild, wonderful name, thank you very much, and Fortello for naming Durand, who's one of the very brave adventurers who was here but a short time ago. If you wish to chat with us, the staff, you can get hold of us at TLDpod, or you can get hold of us through our email, a rather lovely new invention where you can go theluckydiepodcast@gmail.com, and you should be able to talk to some of us. We especially would like to thank, however, the patrons who helped us to build this library. Without your support and your investment in the future learning of certain individuals, one might name Greff and Arawn as such, it would just simply not be possible. So we thank you all from the bottom of our hearts. The only other thing to do is to leave us a review, but please don't write in the books. We don't actually appreciate that. It's damaging. But there are certain places where you can leave reviews and 5 stars, and we would greatly appreciate that also. Well, chop chop, out of my library. Goodbye. I would have picked up the book on the commands of a god. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Your book's bent.
Oh, Inspector gave me a book to give you.
Oh my god, please stop. Please stop.
If I shoot my gun into the bag of holding, will that also make Rawl pass out?
If Rawl is in the stock.
If Rawl's in the stalking, yeah. Okay. You guys pass through the portal.